Um, yeah, they were actually talking about doing a live-action Trimacora film, according to one of the commentaries I remember hearing, with Phil Hartman playing Trimacora. That would have been cool. But, well, his wife decided no, and shotgunned him. It wasn't because he was going to be in a movie. She had issues, drug addiction. And this is just going to Wikipedia article that I read ages ago. Maybe he's wrong, maybe he's right, I don't know. But it was like she had, problems. He tried to help her. One of the ways, the way he helped her was getting her work or something. But she kept losing jobs, and one day she woke up while he was still awake and grabbed a shotty. That's at least what I heard. I apologize if it's not accurate. Christ, now. Ooh, glowy sword. Now I'm getting paranoid. What if that isn't accurate? Can I be sued for defamation of character? I don't know. Actually, let's find out if that was inaccurate. No, don't want to see the Bay 12 forums right now. I was looking up Trimacora, not Phil Hartman. Doesn't matter, send me to Wikipedia anyway, so it's doing some of the work for me. If only it loaded. Never mind. I have to go the manual way. Trimacora. I'm not interested in the donation ads. Oh, apparently, Trimacora has actually been retired as a character. Huh. Makes sense with him gone. And actually, all of his characters were actually retired. Phil Hartman's characters. Just saw a picture of him in Chick Hazard, Private Eye, back in 1978, when he was 30. Oh, he only died when he was 49. Christ. And, yeah, Wikipedia calls it homicide by shooting, and everything. He's in a ton of things. And yeah, apparently their marriage fractured, and she shotgunned him, then herself. Poor bastard. I don't know much about the guy, in all honesty. I don't know what he's like. All I know was he was apparent. Well, that's glitchy. He was apparently cool. Well, he was apparently a fine guy to be with. Well, certainly everyone on the Simpsons commentaries gave that, image of him. Like they certainly seem to like him. And, he played cool characters on The Simpsons. That's like all I know about him. Some of his former, people he worked with liked him, and he did cool characters. That's it. So he's, yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah, he seemed cool. Oh damn, there's actually a quest back on Azure Watch. It actually sends you over here. I'll grab it, then come back over here. Annoying. Actually, let's go get it. But yeah, basically, long story short, it's disappointing what happened to him. It's quite, well, more than disappointing. It's quite sad because, like I said, from the little I know of him, you know, he really didn't deserve that.
Blessings upon you.
I think I've cracked it, Qyrok. Aaron points to the totem. All that we need to know about the Silpine Furbog language is imprinted on their totems, which is a rudimentary understanding of how their symbols work. We can study the totems and learn to communicate with the Furbogs. I've written down the basics of the symbol matrix on this parchment. Study it, and then examine the totem. It should lead you to the next language totem. Speak with Eru when you return, an educated Draenei.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Teaches the user to better understand Silpine Furbog symbols. The primer provides translations for the basic symbology of the Furbog language. The mining trainer has the quest that sends you over to the island. In the fever dreams of her injured guest, she spoke of a fisherman, Cowlin, who was in distress at Silvermist Isle to the southwest off the coast of Azuremist. With all that has been happening, no one has had the opportunity to look into it, but I do feel a bit of worry. Perhaps there is something you can do, Qyrok. I'll deal with the totems later. I'll go do this. I'll head down south and turn in the other 3 quests. Then I'll hook a right and go deal with the Cowlin and the finding traitor. There was another guy who used to work on The Simpsons. John Swartzwelder. He never appeared in any of the commentaries, as far as I know. He really didn't want to be on one. They actually called him up during one, but the person on the other end of the phone claims that it was actually not John Swartzwelder, but his brother. So maybe it was him, maybe it wasn't him. I have no idea. I've never heard the guy talk before. So, and for some reason he was apparently grilling a steak at 3 a.m. That's like the only thing I remember from it, beyond the brother comment. But anyway, John Swartzwelder wrote like 50-something Simpsons episodes. Like, he wrote a ton. And there's actually a funny story about the guy. He used to smoke in the writer's room, but eventually they stopped allowing people to smoke in there. And when they stopped allowing people to smoke in there, he stopped going to work. He always sent the scripts in. Like, he worked from elsewhere. He actually used to write in a cafe. But when the cafe banned smoking, or, you know, there's a law banning smoking in cafes, he had a boot installed in his house. And I think it was the same cafe boot that he used to smoke in. Somehow I doubt that. It would be like weird for him to get the very boot out of the cafe, because that would require them to go get people to remove it and then reinstall a new one, but I'm sure with enough money to fling at people, you could get them to do that. It's probably more likely he got a different one installed in his house, but I keep swearing that they said it was the same one in the commentary. Don't quote me on that though, I could be wrong. But yeah, he also does his own funny novels. I never ever got them, they don't sell them here, and I should have just bought them off Amazon for whatever reason. I just didn't think of it at the time, but yeah, apparently they're funny. I just remember one line from them. It's not the very opening line, it's a few lines in, but anyway, the guy says, "As my story begins, I am being punched in the stomach." It turns out, like, I vaguely remember, he and another guy were hired by 2 asshole kids to punch the shit out of each other for some reason, or something like that. It was, yeah, it was weird. From what I remember, it was a funny story, but that's it. I don't remember anything else. Didn't read much else. I was getting like the stuff off of Amazon. The like, you know, you can read a few pages in kind of thing. Don't know why I didn't just order it off there. But meh. A wound be praised. The restless spirits may find tranquility after all. With Warlord Ciriz dead, the possibility of an invasion is now only a distant memory. We are safe for the time being. Must admit, I was wrong to think badly of you, Qyrok. You've shown that you're nothing like the filth that was Archimonde, except this is a gift from the Night Elves. Oh, don't you feel like a racist asshole? Meh. Don't come back without some ancient relics. My pappy will be proud. His boy strikes it big at the first set of Night Elf rooms he comes across. With your help, of course. Yes, don't worry, I won't leave your name out to the discovery. Your name is Qyrok, right? They'll learn all about you in Ironforge. 50 quests done already.
Hey there.
Browse your wares, sell the junk.
See you later.
Calypso. Calypso? Isn't that the name of the witch that kept Odysseus trapped on the island? Or maybe she wasn't a witch. Actually, no, she was a witch. Yeah, she was a witch. Actually, let's head back. We'll go this way around, because fair chance some ores respawned, kind of thing. Charge. And start a battering. And skin him. So, how high do I have to be above this for it to actually acknowledge that I'm above it? Can't actually get any higher. Thing's too steep for my dumbass character. For a moment there I thought I saw, like, I got a malachite out of it, but clearly not. Clearly. Probably feels like I really should be making, jokes and, whatnot. But there's absolutely nothing to joke about here. Like, my humor is, like, is making jokes off, like, they set up the joke and I make one off it, you know? That's how my humor works. But there's nothing to joke about. I could, make jokes about them being fish people, but that's it, and I can't even think of an exceptionally good one here. So, I feel like I'm failing, but at the same time, I just think it's an issue of me having nothing to work with. So, yeah. All that matters really is that you can actually bloody well hear me. God. Oh, sorry, yawning. Like I said, this is what happens when you leave it to over 12 hours after you've woken up to start recording. I believe it was like 13 and a half hours now. No. Yeah, 13 and a half. Woke up at roughly 4:30. I think it was like 35 minutes past 4, but we'll say 4:30. Okay. So it's now 6 in the morning. I'm still thinking about the whole me possibly having the blue sweat thing. It just, like, say if I do have that ailment, it's just like, of course I'm the one, I have it. It's a rare ailment. It's so rare that we don't know, like I was saying, one type it's like due to your diet or whatever. But, well, the other type, we don't actually know why it's like that. We have a few temporary cures to it, but that's it. Like, of course, I have that kind of rare ailment. Thankfully, it's benign. But of course, of all the issues I have, it's gonna be some like rare thing, you know. Of course, I'll have that. Oh no, it's not that big of a deal. It just, I find it's like, of course, of fucking course. Of course, you could always just say, well, it's actually just a sign of how big a fan I am of Drain Ice. That I'm so big a fan, even my sweat glands are fans of them, and as such, are, after turning them, their sweat blue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's totally that. Mm-hmm. Christ, my leg's gone to sleep. I'm just glad that, I don't walk around wearing like white clothes, So I won't be able to walk into Kilkenny, wearing that. For those who don't know, it's just I'm making a joke off of Ireland and Waterford. Their sports teams. The Kilkenny flag is black and amber. The Waterford flag is white and blue. And you know how worked up people can get about sports things. So I was just making a joke based off of that. That's my white clothes would look white and blue with it. So I know you shouldn't explain the joke, but I was figuring that not many people would know what the hell I was referencing, considering this is to an international audience. And I somehow doubt that, someone in Nantucket or Osaka knows about the colour of the Waterford flag and knows what I'm exactly referencing. Like the rival, any possible rivalries between the Waterford and Kilkenny teams, God damn, this is one impressive flag. It's not waving in the wind or anything. Maybe the flag part is made out of cord. Maybe it's like some solid material that is just designed to look like cord, Like it's actually like those lines are actually carved into it. Rather than being the cord overlapping, it's actually a carved in effect. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, let's just do it on this skeleton for no reason. Bloody hell. Okay, let's break out the other mouse so I can actually scroll. I think they changed the model on this. I swore it looked shitter before. Like it was just the tree trunk and a couple of leaves on it. Or a tree, shush. Okay. There's the gnome. The gnome picks up Nagafag. What's the big idea, Spark? Why did you call this meeting? And that was the goblin. What's the big idea? You nearly blew my cover, idiot. I told you to put the compass and navigation map somewhere safe, not out in the open for any fool to discover. The Master has gone to great lengths to secure information about the whereabouts of the Exodar. You could have blown the entire operation, including the cover of our spy on the inside. Relax, Spark. I've it all under control. We'll strip mine the Exodar right out from under them, making both you and I very, very rich in the process. Relax. Do you know what Kelta loss does to those who fail him, Giesel? Eternal pain, suffering, and pain. Do not screw this up, fool. Our bloodmist scouts have located the contact. The fool Velen will soon leave himself open and defenseless, long enough for us to strike. Now get out of my sight before I vaporize you. Yes, sir. It won't happen again. Okay. I want to do that once more. Ah, really? I just want to do that. Let's zoom out, turn the other mouse back on. That's the effect of the mouse wheel. I clicked it off there. Scrolling. Sometimes it clicks itself, sometimes it's actually vulnerable to clicks, other times it ain't. Oh, well, the Naga flag is up. Oh. Fine then. I wanted to, will it respawn?